Hello, everybody, and this is Play Casket with your host, Paraka the Goblin, and
Ghost, your co-host.
And today's episode is 30. We've been doing these for just a little over 30 weeks now. That's insane. That's insane.
A perfect game not to play.
So basically, bad gaming habits. Like, we buy all those wonderful games and we play it, but then there's those times where you're just, you stop playing it and you play another game.
It's such a big library.
I know, right? Thank you. I've been collecting.
Walks away.
So basically, like, various gaming habits that, like, they don't work with the actual gaming experiences, you know? Like, binging on stuff, I think, would actually be another one, but I don't think you and I ever binge on any video game.
I hope not. Right? Well, I mean, I have been, but it's kind of a good thing, mostly because
I don't know. There's a difference between, like, getting as much as you can out of a game. You know what I mean? Like, there's a game you might enjoy a lot.
Yeah.
But then there's other games that, like, you shouldn't be just buying up all of the Mortal Kombats and trying to beat them all again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, something to that point. Like, there is a line in that. Like, if you buy a new MMO and you're starting from scratch and you're trying to enjoy all of it, and I can see where that happens. But when you start, like, skipping meals and shit, you
And
might have an
die.
issue.
And not going to the bathroom.
Well, that's an entirely beyond what I was talking about. That's the select few that are just absolutely batshit insane. But we're gonna go ahead and start with our gaming habits. So basically, we and I just agreed on one: game hopping. When there's a game that is so good, but not good enough for the feeling you're feeling,
Yeah.
that you really need to find that feeling, and you end up just playing Snake Pass again.
Or Dark Souls. And then you walk around for a little bit, you die, and then you don't want to
Oh,
play
I
it again.
think that this clearly wasn't my feeling. You literally walk around the corner, die by a skeleton. Clearly, I don't want to play this game. Go to another one. Yeah,
Turns
no.
off. Yeah. I have
Yeah.
like 200 hours on it. I don't feel it, right?
Yeah, no. I've had those moments. Like, what was it? Pokemon. That was a good one I just recently did. Like, I got through the main campaign of Sword and Shield. Like, I just got back into it. I played a lot of it. Like, that's the only thing I really wanted to play. I got back into it after I got my Switch repaired and stuff, and I lost my data on the last time. Like, nope, fuck this. And I just decided not to play again. Well, in recent time, I just started playing it again, and I played a lot of it. Now, I'm not saying I feel burnt out, but there was a couple times where I'm like, I feel like playing an RPG, where I collect things. And then I turn it on. I'm like, I don't want to run into anything. What's that? I don't want to run into that. That's dumb. I'm going to try to play something else. And like, I sit there. I'll like shout out some random things out loud. Like, I have my entire library on a list of numbers, and I basically pick a random number between all those and see if I want that. And I go like 3 times. And if I don't, I guess I'm just not playing games today.
Really?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I have, like, for the sake of this, I have 1,132 Switch games.
So far.
So far.
Holy
I
shit.
had a couple. I'm still having some that are still on some Indian shipment crate that our president does not want us to even touch anymore because he hates shipping, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he hates boats. Who knows? That dude doesn't even know. But basically, I have a boatload of games, and it's unending.
Well, it's kind of
And-
interesting because I think why we do it is where we expect something different to happen as well too. Like,
I don't know. Like, there's times like I want to play something, and like there's that feeling like maybe I do want to play Pokemon, and I start playing it, and no, it's not. Like, that's the reason why I don't play horror games, because like I'm not afraid. Like, I don't like the jump scares. Just like I just get on edge a little bit. Like, oh no, you know, like kind of get a little startled sometimes, but that's it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really like react as much, right? But I just hate linearity. Like, when it's a horror game, like, I really hate when you tell me go down hallway.
jump
Boom.
scare. Yeah.
Are you scared? Let me tell you about the fact that this story was about the fact that you committed suicide by killing your daughter. And then boom. Yeah, it's like, no, stop. This is dumb. Like, I don't like that. But
Yeah.
there will be times where I kind of want like a spooky exploration, and there's nothing that really fits that.
Yeah.
You know, like I just want spooky exploration, like be able to explore and just kind of like go, wow, there's some really dark stuff that happened here, but nothing like it just gives me that atmospheric vibe. But like other than some maybe early Silent Hills, I haven't really seen anything like that in a long time. And so I'll try to settle for something else that has something like that.
Yeah.
So that's just something I try to do, but then I just hop on and I just end up playing Mario 64 again. Fine,
I know.
I'll play Cool Mountain. Tossing kids off balconies will just ease my pain. Because fuck that penguin.
One interesting thing is that you always come back to like the top 4 games or something like that. Like, oh, I got this new game. You play like 5 minutes of it. You're like, I think I'll stick to this one game that I put 100 hours in. That I've been playing for the last.
Like there's things out there that, and I think there's a lot of psychological things to that too, because a lot of people keep saying, like for instance, World of Warcraft, which we'll touch on that one a little bit on some of my bad habits. Like for instance, a lot of people kept releasing new MMOs, and for the last nearly 20 years of World of Warcraft, it has never died. World of Warcraft will be the World of Warcraft killer. Like, it will kill itself trying to be more than it shouldn't. And even though Final Fantasy XIV's, like, gaining some speed, it's not going to gain enough to entirely eclipse that game. Yeah. No matter how bad WoW is. Final Fantasy 7, 14. Numbers. I can't count. But no matter how good that game can get, it's never going to eclipse it because the momentum that they should have happened already. So they're never going to get it. But that doesn't mean, like, for a lot of people who wanted to jump ship, they did. But a lot of people will always return because look how much stuff they've gotten. Yeah. Look how far they've gone into it. Like, same thing with, even if you get rid of the MMO and just do, like, an adventure game that's like 1,000 hours, right? Why start Morrowind if you never played Morrowind before? Why play Morrowind now when you have 500 hours in
World of Warcraft?
No, not World of Warcraft. Any other Elder Scrolls game?
Yeah.
Okay. Some reason I was like, I don't want to say Skywind. That was really weird. Stormwind. Is a WoW city, so I'm really now confused. But no, like any other, like if you had, like it's all in one series, like right. If you don't play Morrowind because you played Oblivion or you played another one at all, you're not gonna play it as much.
Yeah.
Or if you play a shit ton of Morrowind, and the only reason why any of the new Elder Scrolls ever get a lot of growth is because there's so much emptiness between the two that you're done playing. You're done playing any of the new Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah.
You just don't, right? And that's just the way it is. Like nobody wants to go and start from square one again.
Yeah.
That's why people love to play a game that they can either burn through, or a game that just they caught all the stars or anything like that. That's why I played, instead of playing Yooka-Laylee a lot, I'll play Mario 64 again. Yeah. I have 120 stars. I'll just play some of them.
And that's why we never touch the rest of our library. Or we get 75% of the way through and then we don't touch it.
Yeah, I've done that before too. But what's another one? Since we're sharing this, what's another little bad habit of yours?
Buying games to play with friends and I never touch them again.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, was it Smash Brothers? Yeah, that I would touch it like what is it? When Sora came out. Yeah, everybody on my server was like, "Oh, you should play." I was like, "All right." We played it for like a day, and then I never touched Smash Brothers again. But I'll pick it up again. So, but
I didn't like Sora and Smash Brothers to begin with. Like not just like the idea, because of obviously we've spoken about it before with Disney, but the character is he's just bland. He's like bland anime swordsman. Like literally, the only way you could get blander was adding another Fire Emblem character. By that point, but that's just me. But I've actually had a small like I've never done this often. I've been on the receiving end of that. People are like, "Hey, you need to buy Assassin's Creed. You need to buy Assassin's Creed. You need to buy Assassin's Creed." Eventually, like I bought the first one, didn't like it, so I never bought it again. Everyone bought 4. And they were just championing it and hounding me about it. I'm like, all right, fine, I'm going to buy it. But then I just decided, you know what? I'm going to buy it on the Wii U instead. And I did. I bought it on the Wii U. But, of course, when I bought it, they never really hounded me about it because by the time I already even got around to buying it, they were already on to something else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, of course, this is exactly why I didn't do this.
Yeah.
This is why I didn't want to do this. And I've always been the one that like reacted to these multiplayer games the last. Like it's always been a hound on me. I'm like I'll either skip it or like as soon as I play it with them, like we'll play like 3 weeks of it and then we move on to something else.
Yeah.
Dauntless was another one that we did. But Dauntless was great.
Dauntless
I
too.
actually really loved it.
Okay.
Actually, it plays like Monster Hunter, but different enough to know it's not Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Well, the Worlds blew my expectations. It feels so clunky compared to Worlds, though.
Nah.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
Eh. Is that why Worlds is like having a larger percentage decrease over time of player base than Dauntless?
Well, I think most people didn't expect. What is it? It's either a difficulty curve or the Wikipedia type of game. It is that you need to. You got to look up what to do when you're fighting.
Yeah, but that's still you're still decreasing in monsters and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Like that's the thing. Like you're still decreasing in player bases that are familiar with it.
Yeah.
Like Dauntless didn't have the same amount of numbers. Like it just won't ever. Especially now that it's a Epic Game Store exclusive. But by percentage decrease. Monster Hunter Worlds is decreasing faster. It still has leagues more players.
Yeah.
But it's decreasing faster.
I don't know. Give us better movement and sexier armor. I'll come back to Dauntless.
And apparently, from my understanding too, the Japanese market just wants more classic Monster Hunter. That's why Rise came out.
Yeah.
So, but that's one of the reasons why Capcom ported the Generations Ultimate. It's like, keep calm, Switch peoples, we're making something. So, no, that's exactly what I had. But here's one I'm going to go ahead and touch back up on. One of my problems that I've always had, because we mentioned MMOs, I idle in them when I log in. And it's dumb. Like, I'll play characters that have like the lowest priority queue. Okay? So like damages and stuff like that. Namely because so I could kill stuff faster in the overworld. And while I'm sitting in a queue, usually I just sit in the town. That's it. That's it. Constantly that is it. That's and I think that's dumb. Looking back on it, that was dumb. It was always dumb. It was never not dumb. But that's what I did. I'm like, I'm going to play World of Warcraft. And literally, like, I probably only played a third of the time I spent on the MMO. And I think that's probably true for a lot of other games, too, that are MMOs. Another one that I used to do a lot was City of Heroes. Favorite MMO of all time. I'd kill to have that game back. I would wander in a high-level zone that was so sparse. Like, it was all these floating islands everywhere. But it was just so hard to get around in unless you had flying, because it was just it's pockmarked with islands, but they're so far between that you just really didn't do anything. Like, you were just traveling most of the time.
Oh, jeez.
But I liked it. It was very like zen for me. Oh, okay. So I had flying. I would just like auto run a certain direction and just go there while I was waiting for like recruitments for any task forces and stuff like that, which is kind of like, it was kind of like an in between raid and dungeon type of thing, but you had a lot more flexibility. Okay. And I loved task forces. Task forces was my bread and butter in that game. But for the most part, I'd just be there doing, because that was the only place that had renewable quests at the time, and I'd just be doing quests all day.
Okay.
Every single day I'd just be doing those ones when I could have been doing literally anything else in the game.
Well, speaking of queuing up too, though, I remember one thing: Mario Kart. If you guys are playing Mario Kart, select a stage, please. Holy crap.
Just hit A. Yeah, no,
Yeah, you're waiting
I
on
did
last-
that too.
Yeah, you're waiting on the last sucker.
Because some dude's like sitting there like playing Flappy Bird on his phone. I'm like, oh yeah, A. Yeah. But there's another one I think we both do quite a bit, and you actually kind of hinted at it too. Abandoning games.
It's a good library. Yeah, I'll play it eventually.
Uh-huh.
It goes back to 100 hours on Dark Souls, yeah.
Oh, this game's so gorgeous and lovely, and I just don't want it to end. I got an idea. No, seriously, don't stop playing an RPG just because you don't want it to end, because it ends right there because you're never going back to it.
I'll be honest, Final Fantasy 12 I did that because I got to 75%, and then I asked my sister, is there anything else to do? And she said, well, you're 20 levels behind the final boss, and there's a bunch of summons. So I was like, oh, well, I don't really want to grind because that takes a while, and I don't care about the summons, so I'm good. I never touched Final Fantasy 12.
Well, going back to, I think it's Shining Resonance.
Mm-hmm.
This was just the most recent example. I stopped playing it for like 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Went back to, I'm like, you know what? I haven't played this game for a while. It was not bad. It really wasn't. It was actually pretty, as far as an action-styled combat RPG went, it was actually pretty well made. The VA could have been better. The voice acting could have been better, but it wasn't bad. You know, and I really enjoyed it. There was other games I wanted to play, and then eventually it just got buried. I did a little cataloging, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't played this game for a long time. I'm gonna play it. I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I understand why Dragon Quest 11 is like, hey guy, I know what you're thinking, but let me recap this. Like, nah, I know what I'm doing. No, bullshit. You never do. And that's where I was. And I have not finished an RPG in its fullest, like actually defeat a boss, since the PS2 era.
Oh, Xenoblade 2. I love it, but I still haven't gotten to the final boss. I got to go to the final boss right now, but I don't feel like it.
I could go into that room, but I won't. But no, like, I think that's what happens. It's like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to abandon it for another 2 years.
Start a new file, right?
Yes, I need to find out what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, no, I did that a couple of times. Or, like right now, the reason why I keep abandoning Shield, I'm trying to go through some of the DLC right now. And while I'm doing it, I'm just doing the Wonder Trade, which, you know, you do a surprise trade and find out what, and you usually get garbage things. But then I start getting hacked Pokemon, and then I'm like, I gotta go ahead and toss these out. And I keep tossing them out, and I keep getting more, and I'm like, you know what? I should probably stop playing the game, because instead of just stop trading, I'm like, no, you know what? If I just stop playing the game, the Pokemon Company won't catch me. Because I got paranoid.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna find out I used a Master Ball I pulled off of this shiny Garbodor, which for some reason somebody gave me. And no, I'm not telling you who that is. If you guys actually play Pokemon, you would know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, it has all these, like, advertisement, has its website and all that on it. It's ridiculous. They're like, they're hacked, they're shinies, they're perfect, they're level 100. So I'm like, suspicious. And I get like 3 of them in one night. I'm like, what? No, I don't need that. No, do not do that to me.
So how do they get rid of it anyways? If
You just toss it.
Oh, okay. Well, what if it gets flooded? Like a bunch of these little kids are like,
Oh,
so
they've
cool.
been doing that for a while. I don't know what happens to them, because I haven't seen a report on them.
No, okay.
Like I think with a lot of kids who get them, they think they really lucked out, you know, because they got that super rare 100 whatever shiny and whatever. They use it in raids to show it off, but I don't think any of them use them in like PvP, and I'm pretty sure those who do probably got their accounts banned.
Yeah.
But I don't hear any reports on it.
No.
Like, let's be real here. If somebody reported on it, and like, yeah, they used a hacked shiny character, people would be like, don't care, and like click off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it'd be dumb. But yeah, no, that's why I keep abandoning RPGs. Do you have some RPGs you haven't abandoned yet?
I haven't. Or
Yeah, haven't. Have not.
Dark Souls? Any Souls?
Any Souls? Actually, there's a gentleman that's been doing a lot of Souls-like games too that I've been watching a little bit of. It's interesting how many Souls games there actually are. And there's games out there that call themselves Souls games with the word Souls in it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't play at all. Like, how dare you? That's bad. Stop. So, but yeah, no, that is a lot. Some of the bad gaming habits I do, and your friend here, Ghost, does.
We're working on it. We're trying.
Yeah, we're gonna finish our backlog.
Buys more games. 2022 looks really good.
What are you opening? Nothing. No, seriously, that's the name of the game. It's right here.
I just bought Kingdom Hearts and Elden Ring's coming out. Elden Rings.
You're still gonna play. Still gonna play Dark Souls when you're done.
Yeah, basically.
You're gonna play it like halfway through. Like, wow, that was amazing. Back to Dark Souls. Man, I love the spell effects in this game. It's so Souls-like. Back to Dark Souls. So, but yes, I would like to thank you all for listening in to our little podcast today, and I will like to say,
What?
Sorry, it's been a new year for us. We're trying out new things, but we would like to thank you guys for listening in. And if you guys like our content, please like and subscribe. And we will see you on the other side. Hey everyone, this is Paraka.
And Ghost.
I would like to say thank you for listening to our podcast.
If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and share our video with your friends.
You can also follow and support us on other social media such as Minds and Rumble. Links in the description below.